Well, that wasn't loud enough. Oh! There was like no stopping it either. It just was like I seen it. I was like, there was me no. There was. It just clammed up. That's just janky. Don't touch it. Well, yeah, I was gonna stop it, but I was like, no, this is too fun.
Oh. One more drink, she said.
So it's been weird without Jane.
Oh, yes. Well, let's do our introduction really quick. Hey-o.
Hey,
To you.
we're here.
I'm just the shit show.
Thriving. What
Making
is
it through one panic attack at a time.
I mean, hey, you got
Thriving.
Yeah.
This is Hard Talks with a Blonde and a Hippie. I am your trippy hippie, Alicia, jumping on the mic from good old Utah.
Ba-da-bum.
I'm here with your favorite blonde, who's no longer blonde, my wonderful co-host, Sarah. Oh, it's been a while. And you know what, you guys? Here's a little applause for you two. Because you earned it, and you're fucking amazing. And if no one's reminded you of that this week, dump them. No.
Wow, fast.
No, we just hope wherever you are, wherever you're listening to this, you're in good spirits and you're staying chipper. You know, we do curse like sailors. I don't want to be responsible for your small children saying fucker goddamn, because we all know the fuckery is real. And we're going to talk about lady bits and grooming and the fucking wild expectation of all the work we have to do and, you know, just life. So
When you
there's
get
that.
married, you just don't care and it just goes downhill.
Yeah. Now that I got that out of the way, me and Sarah were talking about, so I had a really cute puppy, and I have been like reluctant to share because like I am judging myself, right? Like I no longer have her anymore. I found her a good home with a really cute couple, with like 3.5 acres of land, horses, goats, chickens she can kill, other dogs, you know, but just I'd never been a dog owner before. And so I really didn't have anything to base it off of. And I very much looked at those pet lovers whenever they'd be like, oh, like, it's the breed, they're really hyper, or, you know, this is my baby, this is my child, and they give like actual lick kisses to each other. Like I don't, I kind of looked at them and I was like,
I don't
no.
like Sam licking me at all. He eats poop.
It's, you know where the tongue has been, right?
I love him, but I do not let him lick me.
I definitely underestimated her breed. She was a gorgeous, gorgeous dog, but she was fucking wild. And amidst my already chaotic life, like I had to have that hard talk with myself and be like, bitch, can you do this? Not just me, but for her. Like, you know, I work from home, and so then the weekend comes and I just fucking want to, this is the last place I want to be.
Yeah.
She doesn't deserve to be in a kennel or a crate all day, even if I am with her most of the time. And also, like, I just really lack in patience. So it's been like a big aha moment. But, you know, she's gone now, and she's living with
Do they send you updates at all?
I bet they would if I asked, but I kind of tried to detach in the end because it triggered a lot of shit with my adoption. And, you know, I had many people express to me, you should get her or find her a new home earlier on. And I just held on to her because I think I was trying to prove something to myself. Like I didn't want to feel like I had failed. And, of course, you always want to do the opposite of what your parents tell you, even as an adult.
Naturally.
Yeah, but I sure got the I told you so anyways when I finally did make the decision. So she's gone, and that makes it sound bad. She's gone and she's in a good place. But she is.
She's not dead.
So now I just have the cat, who has seemingly been gone for the past 6 months that I've had Jane. But then I realized that she's just been hiding.
Yeah.
And now she's like always sprawled out on the floor.
She has her domain back.
She thinks it's okay to now shit just inches away from her litter box,
Naturally.
outside of the litter box, or puke right outside my bedroom door. So I step in it as soon as I do.
Gotta love those animals.
And Elliot makes a comment yesterday. He's like, well, maybe we're just seeing her poops now where she leaves them because Janie's not here to eat them.
Ew.
And I was like, you got a good point,
I mean, hey.
sport. But
could not be wrong.
yeah, it's just been a chaotic house here. I did get my car situation figured out, so that's
Yes,
a big
you
win.
did.
But it's interesting how we are just on this like incredible roller coaster of life, right? Because I resolved the car issue just yesterday, and I was on the fucking moon, man. I was like,
Flying high.
woo, life is great. Why am I ever upset? What's anxiety?
I know, your Snapchats. I finally figured it out.
I'm
like,
fucking
dude,
awesome.
it is. Love that for you. What happened?
Overflowing with motivation. And then I woke up today and I was like, oh yeah, like it's going to be a great day. Yesterday was. And it's like whiplash, bro. No. It's so interesting that you could have a really, really fucking phenomenal day, and then the very next is just like downpour.
It has been pretty rainy today, so that probably doesn't help either.
I don't like the gloomy weather right now. I
It's
love the
horrible.
rain, and I always said that it would be great to live in Washington or Oregon, but I really don't think
Your
my mental health
state-
is already up and down as it is, and it just wouldn't
not-
be good.
not
So
good.
I don't know. That it's just today, like I was talking to one of my friends about this not too long ago, and she was talking about how I lose the motivation, right? Throughout the day to get stuff done. And she's just like, well, you got to think about your programming, right? Like any bad habit, your brain has been wired, like these neural pathways are set up in a sense that every time you're like, oh, I'm going to do something, your brain automatically thinks of your ritual, your routines, or lack thereof, or habits, and it tricks you, and it's like, no, you won't.
That's me.
You won't do that shit. And so then you don't, right? And so I've been trying a new thing where rather than like thinking about something like, oh, fuck, I got all this shit to do, I just like force my body to go do it, like start it. And then once you're already started doing the task, like folding laundry and putting it away or whatever,
You're already doing it, so you just might as well finish it.
you go internally and you're like, yes, I did. And that's how you like start to reprogram. And it's just, it is hard, and like everything else takes a lot of work. But today I had a lot of fucking raging dumpster fires to put out. And it's like when they need me, they need me. When they don't, it's like, who's Alicia? So when they need something, they need it now, and it becomes a very stressful position to be in. When usually it's very relaxed. And I'm going to pick up Elliot. I have a million things to do this week, and I'm like feeling a little nauseous because my anxiety is like just through the roof. Have you ever like felt like you were shaking inside, but then you like hold out your hand and you're like completely still? And you're like, oh, well, what a great facade I must put on because I am freaking the fuck out in here. But no one knows. And so that's kind of how it was. And like, I'm in traffic because I have so much to do today and get done that everything slow, like traffic,
yeah.
feels like it's taking so
Every
fucking
red
long.
light, you get behind the
Yes.
slowest person. That's how it was coming here.
Yeah, and so I had to ask Elliot to like give me a little space because he's shooting off 1,000,007 questions. I'm just like, I need a little silence right now. And I was like, if you want to breathe with me right now, you're more than welcome to, but mommy just needs to like fucking
Meditate.
chill the fuck out, right? And so I took 60 seconds. I set a timer and I just like tried breathing. And breath work is such a weird and interesting thing because it's natural. Like we just do it for some fucking reason. It just works. We just breathe in oxygen. And so when you're consciously thinking about it, it's kind of a fucking trip to you. And you're like, like, damn, like I can't describe the feeling of feeling high from breathing, but you absolutely can. And so I just had that reminder today of like, all right, you have a horrible, horrible habit of biting off more than you can chew. Why don't we dive into this new year by only doing one fucking thing at a time? Like I was looking at our podcast goals list and I was like, well, no wonder I never fucking completed these lists because they are hard, big things to do, each in their own. And then these lists are like a set of 10
full page
things.
long.
Yeah. And so I'm like, no wonder like I'm always feeling like I'm failing myself because I set myself up for failure. I don't know. And like when you text me, oh, I'm on my way, I was like, I should probably brush my teeth today. So I'm gonna brush my hair. I just threw on a hat. And, yeah, it's just
The only reason I got up out of bed today is because I have dance class.
How was dance class?
She's been ornery. She's been an ornery little baby the last couple days.
You seem tired. Maybe that's it. Hasn't been sleeping.
No, she's been yelling at me all the time and like crying.
It just gets more violent as they
And
age.
it just gets louder and you're like, you're okay. And it just gets louder and you're just like, okay. For a second, not watch you.
Yeah, dude.
It's hard.
Well, dude, and it's like I've really been trying to look internally because ever since Allie came on and did that reading, like I said this on the last episode, I feel like I've been able to like let go of a lot of things, especially the passing of my friend, but also like it's kind of opened up this gateway of like being like, why are you the way you are? And why do you react the way you do? Or why do you analyze everything on an obsessive level? You know what I mean? And so I've been
lists are intense.
Trying to break it down and like, because I feel like I had so much growth in that small period after my divorce. I learned what I liked about me, what I didn't, what I believed in, what I stood for, all that good shit, transcending whatever. And I feel like I've become stagnant. So I'm trying to kind of figure out like why and what do I have to do to like get back to the spark that drives me, because I feel like many of us, if not all, it almost becomes, what is the word I'm thinking of? When you're, I'm consumed by like all the stressors, like work today and whatever, friends, family, relationships, motherhood, anxiety on itself, worrying about why you're worrying because you're worrying too much. You know what I mean? I always feel like there's this impending doom. Or for me specifically, like when something good happens, like yesterday, I automatically have the innate or compulsive desire to like protect it because I'm worried that like the universe is going to take it away. And so I don't know, like dissecting each part of our day and like why things pan out the way they do, because ultimately we have zero control over anything, especially our teething daughters, infants.
Honestly.
toddlers now. Shit.
Screaming. But it's fine.
It's fine.
As long as we're walking around the house and I throw the ball for her, she's good.
She'll be a softball player.
And I think this really big pink ball that we got from Walmart. She used to be deathly afraid of it, but now she loves it.
Gosh.
And Chase hits her in the head with it all the time. I'm like, be nice, you jerk.
Celebrating those small wins when you can find something as simple as a toy to preoccupy your young children.
She just like loves it if you just like, she just wants to hold your hand. If you just hold her hand and just let her lead you where she wants you to go, she's like over the moon. Like you don't have to go anywhere. She just wants to walk down the hallway with you, and she's just like, yeah, got my mom's hand.
Got my mom's hand.
My grandma does it, and she's just like, she loves my grandma. She is obsessed with my grandma.
Your grandma, how could she not be? Your
Obsessed.
grandma's like, what, a million years old?
Literally, but
She's
sometimes
the cutest fucking thing in the world.
she wants my grandma over me, and I'm like, oh, okay then, because she will just go where she wants her to go. She'll just hold her hand, and they'll just walk around the house together, and she just thinks it's the greatest thing ever.
But think about this, right? For some reason, we are conscious in these bodies, right? Okay, so I have somewhere I'm going with this, I promise. I went to the chiropractor due to this car accident, and
I think I need to go my hips out again.
yeah, like I've never had a full body x-ray before.
Yeah.
But
Do you have scoliosis?
I do have an extremely curved spine.
Oh, see?
So that was the most jarring thing to see. But what I was thinking about when he was like going over these x-rays with me, I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, it is literally just like a structure inside of a body, and we're a meat suit. And I've said it before, but like the soul, my soul, like the bones and like my body don't make up me, right? Like when we die, like this is just a vessel. Like our soul's just the passenger. And that kind of like gave me weird perspective because I've never thought of it in that, like in excruciating detail.
This is just a meat suit.
Right. Like, and obviously, like, we're put on this planet in this exact timeline with children and bosses and coworkers and friends, and then they all have their family and friends, and like we're all interconnected by this like weird web, right? And it's like, how could you not be consumed with what's put right in front of you? But then you like look at the grand scope of things, and we're like tinier than a grain of sand in a galaxy that's neighbors to like 53,000 or million other galaxies, right?
We're just in the arm.
And it's like, why do we worry so much when in the grand scheme of things, our lives are just a blink of an eye?
This is how we're taught.
Or do you think it's learned, or do you think it's nurture and nature? Like it's just ingrained in us like animals to like raise our young. And
no, I read this not this podcast. It was a Facebook video. This guy, he goes, it's what we're taught to do. It's just kind of like how like we do have instincts, and it's like a caveman doesn't just go out and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go hunt today. Like, look at this beautiful sky. Like, it is amazing. No, the first thing like
mode.
That he goes and he's like, what can kill me today? Like, what can I get killed by walking out of this cave? Like, that's just like what our minds. That's like the first things we think of. Like, we don't look out and see like, oh my gosh, like the sky is so blue today, or like look at this beautiful blue ocean. But it's like, no. What can be the first thing to kill me? Like when babies, like they don't have fear. The only fear they have is of falling. They don't know what fear is.
Right.
It's the parents teach them to fear.
Or it's based off of experience. So, but I also think that it is genetic. Like I do think it's a little bit of nature, because like we, even today, and as a test of time, are still in survival mode.
Yeah.
We're still hustling to make a buck, feed your family. I mean, granted, back then you were worried you'd get swooped up by a fucking 50-foot-long something. But point is like, that's what I'm trying to like get out of. Like, how can we be appreciative and absorb the good and small wins, even if they're not like wins to anyone else, like it just made you feel good inside. Like, how do we get back to that? Because like you have that when you're a child, that sense of wonder and awe of things, and everything is still so fucking magical. Like, is it really just like over time? I mean, life's hard, but like working, like I don't know.
People just beat the shit out of you.
Well, nothing is like worse than like how you beat the shit out of yourself.
That, but like too, like with a kid wonder, it's like if kids have an imaginary friend, it's like you can't have one when you hit a certain age because that's just weird.
That's stupid.
Like, don't be weird. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like how it is with kids. Like, kids are mean nowadays.
They've always been mean. Like, if you watch like shit
but
from
then
the
it's
90s.
like, it's not from the kid. It's like the parent saying that to the kids, and the kid relays it to another kid.
But it's weird because like it's more socially acceptable nowadays. Like, of course, you're gonna have cliques in any high school, junior high, whatever. Kids are fucking mean.
Well, we got fur babies now, so
they're projecting their own
Furbies.
insecurities on everyone else. That's just fucking
Yeah.
junior high. But like, there's more acceptance to be weird and unique, and I dig that
now
now. Like, I mean, even when we were kids, like.
still it can be weird.
Nope. Or there was no perspective. There was no like, oh, this person must be going through something, or I don't know, like maybe they have social anxiety or whatever. But I don't know. That's something I am trying to delve a little deeper into, just because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't be this high strung. I sounded like a chicken.
That was something weird.
I can't be this high strung anymore because like it's not serving me. I don't want to be on anxiety medication. And I really want to like discover that light, and I have like journeying with psilocybin, but I want to keep it and integrate it in my everyday life.
Yeah.
So boom. Impactful.
All right. I didn't know where that was going, but hey.
Oh.
All for the lady grooming.
Well, dude, like that was like something secondary, because like I'll get so overwhelmed or like so hyper focused on something. Next thing I know, I look at the clock. It's time to take Elliot to school. Then I have like 2.5 hours before I have to pick him up. And then I'm like, fuck, like I didn't get anything done. I am that mom at drop off and pick up who's in her slippers until 3 fucking o'clock. And how long have I been?
wouldn't want to wear slippers.
I mean, they're comfy, right?
They're like your driving shoes.
Yeah, I had to throw some slippers away. Well, I had to throw a few slippers away because Janie would eat my bras, like the middle of the bras, my slippers.
Your underwear.
Underwear wasn't as bad. Like, she really liked the bras. I think it was the underwiring.
Maybe.
But
Shoe.
what the fuck was I gonna say?
So about
How
your
long have I been
slippers?
going to you for lashes now?
Couple of years, 2 years, couple of years, 3 years.
Yeah. And so now I don't have any, and it's been like a refreshing little growth period for these guys.
It's
But
nice you can like rub your eyes.
but now I look like a unattractive.
Naked mole rat.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
So descriptive.
That's how I feel when I don't have eyelashes. I look like a naked mole rat.
Well, and two, like, I got a new skincare routine, and I'm just trying to be healthier me. I'm on the wagon again too. So like,
Not drinking
nope. And
or just drinking more water.
no, I'm not drinking again. And just because like I wrote this big long message on my mirror with lipstick on New
Was it like a
Year's.
red?
Yes, it is. A very good guess. But just kind of like a little motivational message, like, bro, like the only one standing in your way most of the time is you. So what do you need to do to break down that wall or whatever? And so I started off with something small, a new skincare routine, exercising, integrating more fruits and vegetables into our
It's
diet.
expensive.
It is. And it's been kind of fun and interesting, like getting Elliot to like kind of get into a new routine as well because he's the pickiest eater ever.
Caroline loves blueberries.
He likes blueberries and
I
bananas and apples.
She does not like bananas. And she always wants my banana, and I give it to her, and she's like, eh. I'm like, then don't take it from me. I'll eat it. Get out of here.
But yeah, he wouldn't even like, it was like an hour and a half long fight to get him to try an orange slice the other day. And I ended up winning because he did end up eat it. But it was like,
Moms always win.
you got it. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. And I feel like I win less and less the older he gets. And I'm trying to get in front of that. But I don't remember what I was saying.
Something about eating fruits and vegetables, new skin routine.
Yeah.
To be.
Just trying to be healthier, better version of myself. And I am trying to put on makeup again. And I did like last Friday, and I've been trying to like use brighter lip colors and all that stuff, which has been fun. But
I love a fun lip color.
I haven't bought a tube of mascara since you had Caroline and went on maternity leave. And they forgot to fucking bag it at the grocery store. So I still don't have mascara, even though I bought it. And I tried to put on strip lashes
I've seen those.
week. And oh my criminy, I was like kicking the toilet, and I'm like a fucking fountain from my eyes because of the glue, and the glue wouldn't dry fast enough. And then like the inner edges were like,
you gotta like cut them. You don't cut them right, and they just like poke you. It's just horrible.
Yes, and I was like, never again am I doing this. And so I was just like thinking about like all the shit that women have to do to make themselves look pretty. And like, a man doesn't really have to do anything.
But you know what's sad is they can't cover up ugly.
They sure try. And I'm sure like if they have a really small dick, those are probably the most well-groomed men on the planet because, you know, they need to make it look as bigger, large as they can.
But that's the thing, though, is if you can use it and you know how to use it, you can get a girl off. It doesn't matter how big you are, big or small.
It's true.
As long as you can use it well, then it doesn't really matter.
Strengthen the muscles in your tongue.
Yeah.
Do some push-ups with your tongue. You will eat the best pussy ever.
Mm-hmm. As long as she's getting off, she don't care.
Bro, so before we wrap it up, I have to tell you about this fucking thing I saw on Instagram, and it's like this big rally of protesters out on the street with signs, and they're like protesting circumcision, and they're promoting like uncircumcising people as adults or whatever, you know, because
but like what if he doesn't? Like that'd be horrible. It's like Carl on how he's like, I'm not circumcised, what the hell, and then he wants to get circumcised at like what 15. Oh my god, that was a funny episode.
And it's like super dangerous to get a circumcision when you're older, so I can only imagine like what horrible things you'd have to endure if you wanted to like try and reattach your foreskin. Like people are trying to like fucking do that, right? And there's the whole stance is like they didn't have a choice. Exactly.
Like it's gone. Like that shit got like shriveled up, and your mom probably threw it away gone.
The doctor probably discarded it or burned it. Yeah. And I remember after Elliot's circumcision, the thing was sad. But I guess there are like even more nerve endings at the tip of the penis. And so a lot of men think that
it'll feel better.
They got snubbed on the sensation, right? And but obviously
you got like that's the thing that you got to take care of it. You got to like fold it down and wipe in that shit. And most guys don't realize like they don't even take care of their junk now, let alone taking one that's like uncircumcised. Like, that's like a whole other flap you got to worry about. Nasty.
God forbid you're like a overweight man who can't ever see your own penis. And then I need to know, like no judgment. Man. Like what do you do then? Like do you pay someone to come cleanse it for you? Do you
like your whole body though? If he gets so fat he can't even get under his own rolls. That's just sad.
Or do you
Bed
just like
sores?
the cheese
Ooh.
curds? Like,
Ew.
I don't know.
Poor guys.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
these guys are all walking around with like red paint painted on their pants where their dicks are.
In
And
their crotch area.
I was just like astounded because I'm like, really?
Just one more thing to
One more thing to bitch about. Like, you really? Do you
like
not
that's
have
just
enough?
one more thing your mom's gotta take care of. Changing your nasty ass diaper while you're screaming. And then to teach you as a child to take care of it. When again, boys are just gross. The older they get, like in their teen area, like the preteen, they're just nasty.
Well, Elliot's favorite word right now is poop. So
See that, and they're like, I don't want to shower, Mom. You're like,
But-
well, you stink, and they're like, so.
I feel like a lot of men like want what they don't have, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think they could handle it.
I feel like they should get like a like. I
Because-
don't even get how they're getting a like. Where are they getting this foreskin at?
We should Google it. Google it. How do you do reconstruct a foreskin? But
Like I don't even like that. That
they're,
shit's
they're
like-
trying to pass this movement, and I was
How?
like, you, Billy, couldn't handle any more sensation down there because you would get just the slightest bit of a stiffy when you see Barbara in the frozen aisles, and she's got, like RT or something, and you would come in your pants every time because you couldn't handle any more sensation. Like, again, big picture. None of this matters.
So you gotta like surgical restoration.
Restoration.
I can't read. Surgical foreskin restoration is accomplished by transplanting skin from areas with tissues like those of the penis, such as the scrotum, onto the penile.
The scrotum?
Yes, shaft.
How can they guarantee that there will
You
be any
can't.
sensation, though,
You
at
can't.
all? Like, you're just mutilating your penis and paying
you,
for
You
it.
can't. The resulting expansion, I have a hole in my pants, of penile skin allows the skin to cover the penis like a foreskin.
Yeah, like, you still wouldn't have any additional sensation. Like, I'm sure there's studies on it, and I'm sure there's men who have spent countless hours obsessing over this.
So, repair in the urologist's office requires a numbing lotion to be applied to your son's penis, prior to adhesions being taken down.
I think that's just after any circumcision. Like, you have to take care of it. You got to put ointment on it, and it's really sad and raw. But, yeah. How can you complain about
But, like, that's the thing, too. Like,
something
it
you weren't even
says-
consciously aware of, you know?
you don't know. You don't know what it's like to have one. You don't know what it's like to have one.
But that's their argument, oh, well, I didn't have the choice. And I'm just like, what? Like, why can't y'all just be happy with the fucking penises you have?
But listen to this. It should be able to retract to allow for full erections. Unfortunately, there are no exercises I can recommend to help with this. There is a steroid cream that can be very helpful to relax the tissue and allow for better retraction. So even then, it's like you won't even be able to get fully hard.
Maybe I need to go revisit, like, Pornhub and, like, because I've never slept with anyone who's
No,
not
I've
been
never.
circumcised.
The only,
So maybe I, like, just need to do some research and see how it works. Fucking
Wait,
A.
I thought your man. No, I thought you were with someone that wasn't circumcised. Maybe that was someone else.
Yeah, but now, like, I just thought it was so funny and worth mentioning because I'm like, interesting.
Just weird.
Interesting. We have
It's weird what we're trying to put our bodies
like,
through.
we're talking about all-consuming things, everyday bullshit. Like, you have a job. You may or may
What?
not have a partner,
Mhm.
children. Like, you may be leading a very successful life, and then what? Did you get spammed with an email from a non circumcision movement group, and
I
it
just
just
wanna know,
called
like,
to you?
Who's the one to like think of this? Like they're just sitting there one day, like just like in a group of people, and they're just like looking into those penises and be like, "What does yours look like?" Oh, that's weird.
Right.
like, hey, yours looks different. You have like more sensation in it. Like, how does it feel? Like, can you feel? And then it's like this whole conversation. Like, he's like, well, I want my foreskin back.
I'm jealous.
Like, that sucks. Like, why'd my mom cut it off when I was 2 days old?
But then I'm curious if like there's a big number of people who aren't circumcised who wish they were.
Right?
You know, again, grass is always greener,
See?
but like
See?
you don't like you only know what you know. Like, and if you're barely like able to pass or by, how do you know it's going to get any better? It's probably just going to get worse. Like, be logical.
That's what I'm saying. And it was saying it should be able to get
It's
fully
like
erect, but it might not.
Motherfucking hair plugs, bro. Like, I guess like men do have, because I was talking about like how women are held to a higher standard. Like, it's hard to shave your asshole. Okay, if you've never done it, try it and you'll understand.
But then like that would hurt. Ooh.
And like there's
Just get
this
it waxed.
expectation, at least in Western society, that we have to be clean shaven and always smelling good.
Nobody wants a bald pussy.
No roots, you know, have them thick ass brows, you know, until we make it another decade and probably back to pencil thin brows. I don't know.
But,
Like trends
go
are always
halfway up your eyebrow.
changing.
Forehead.
But something I didn't consider is like there's this big, like, it's always a constant competition with men.
Mm-hmm.
And I think their members very much like play into their egos, right? Because like think about it. If you have an extremely successful woman who is powerful and well off, like a lot of the times those women get cheated on because it makes like their male partner or whatever feel insecure or whatever. And so they use sex as like the only one up to like get to them, right? Because they already have everything, or maybe they're envious of that person or whatever. And so it made me think like, well, sex, it really comes down to sex for everything for men. Like even in locker junior high days or like using the urinal for the first time. It's interesting to talk to a male and get their perspective on it. But it's always like you don't want to be seen doing it, but you're always like looking at the other guy's package like to compare. And not in a weird way by any means, but you know what I mean? Like you're young and going through puberty or whatever, you're trying to learn about
I'm
the
always
human
checking
body.
out other people's boobs.
Right. But
It's just
I think
a thing
it's like
females do. I want to see your boobs. Like I'm like, I want to see your boobs. See your boobs big? Are they small?
But I think it's
One
very
bigger,
different
one
for men
small.
because it's always like in question of their manhood.
Yeah. They're like, what are you looking at?
Yeah,
What are you looking at, junk?
and it's still very much ingrained in men today. And so I don't know, like I guess it's not so surprising to me that like men are so fascinated with their fucking penises.
I mean, hey, it's a
Trying
weird
to
appendix.
reconstruct them. My mother fucked me over. I will never get to experience a true orgasm. Like that's
Then that's just sad.
Do you think these people like ask their mothers, why'd you have me circumcised?
They probably don't want. I don't know.
What do you think of penis pumps? Sorry, that was just like a prancing thought in my mind.
Do they really work? Like, how can you stretch your penis?
I'd have to see some statistics.
Honestly, like, I want to know, like, do they really work? People have them, but, like, do they really work?
How much growth do you gain within so long of a period?
But then, too, like, how do you not get off?
Is there a red zone?
Because it's pumping, right?
Well, yeah.
So how do you not get off on that? You're just like, can't do it.
That
No.
really scary
No.
gentleman from last October, he had a penis pump. And he's the smallest penis I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I remember that.
One that works at the tattoo shop. And of course, like I start obsessing over it, so I need to know how the fuck it works. And it's like a suction thing. But that's why I say, like, is there like a red zone? You can only fucking use the penis pump once a day because it literally like suctions your cock up and pulls it.
Makes it look yeah, like, I don't, like, how does that stretch it?
You
I
have to
know.
leave it on for like a long time. Like think of like braces, right? You can't throw some braces on and have them on for a day and take them off and expect your teeth to be fucking any different, right? So
But then, like,
you got to do it a lot.
How long do you have to wear it?
I don't know, but
Like,
that's
that'd be uncomfortable.
I think it would hurt, right? Or like,
Obviously, it doesn't work because who knows how long he had that penis pump for?
can you get penis implants?
Yes, you can. I think, Yes, because I seen this one guy.
Ooh.
Remember, it was on Facebook,
Like
and
length?
he had like the biggest dick known to man, and it was like girth and like length, and he's like, yeah, I can't have sex, my penis is so big.
So then that makes me wonder about like penis reductions, because they can do breast reductions, of course.
I don't see why not, but what? Yeah.
Well,
probably could.
because I was watching this weird interview last night, and I think I might have sent it to you. It was like right after the drug addicts one.
Okay.
Because that was just like a fucking trip to sit through. And it made me so uncomfortable, but I couldn't stop watching.
Naturally, yes. That's how
but
videos like that work.
It was like porn star couples, and they were playing this basically like drink or tell the truth game. And there's this couple who they're both porn stars, and they were talking about, you know, like their insecurities with each other. Like, do you still get jealous of each other or whatever?
Yeah.
And I'm trailing off. What was we were on penis pumps. I brought this up.
Penis reductions.
Oh, yeah, because one of the female porn stars, she's like, you know, you have a really big dick, but sometimes, like, you have to take a break because, like, you have to save your load for the best cum shot. And, you know, I don't want to get too sore from you because I might be sore from my scene tomorrow. And she was talking about how big penises just really hurt and aren't enjoyable. Yeah. And I think, like, the biggest penis, like, record-breaking penis was, like, something like 12 inches long. You'd have to fact check that. Maybe even longer. Like, there's a docu-series on this bro, because he's, like, feeling sorry for himself. He's like, I've never been able to stick my penis hard in a woman. It won't even go halfway. And I'm just like, I would not want to have sex with you. It would be like having sex with like a fucking broomstick.
Like, it hurts.
God forbid, like, you rupture my small intestine.
But like that too, like some women have small, like, what, like uteruses and like cervixes. So it's like even like a normal size penis can hurt.
Well, and sometimes, like, with IUDs, like, that was a problem for me after I had my oldest son, because, like, I could feel it. Because I do have a very odd-shaped uterus. It's crazy that I'm as fertile as I am. I don't understand it. Just lucky, I guess. But it hurt, because, like, every time he'd get going hard, it'd be like, wham, wham, and not good. So,
that's how it was with me when I was on top with Chase, when Caroline, her head was so, he's like, I can feel something hard. I'm like, yeah, that's her head. And he's like, okay, yeah, stop. Nope, we're done. But the doctor could feel her head too. So
it reminds me of
she was really low
when I was crowning with Elliot, and they give you the option to like reach down and feel the hair.
Ugh.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I can.
And like, this is because he's my rainbow baby in a lot of senses. So I wanted to do it all. I wanted to see it.
I did not want to see it. I'm like, get that shit away from me.
I want to see it. So she's like, okay, like he's crowning. You can reach your hand down and feel his hair. And I do. And I was so large and in charge with both my pregnancies. But like, I'm like, oh my God, he has so much hair. That must be why I had such horrible heartburn.
My body was bald.
Yeah. And she and my mom and Jeremy just start busting up laughing because they're like, honey, that is not the baby's head.
Oh my God.
It was my immaculate bush.
I know. That's I made sure I trimmed down there, or because I got a wax just to like make sure I didn't. I was like, does she have hair? So I wanted to know if this damn baby had hair, and they're like, kind of. Not really. I'm like, my baby's fucking bald. But it's fine. I had a wicked heartburn too.
I went into this episode like about to bitch about like all the things that we have to do, but this episode's brought me perspective.
We gotta like go back into that intro. We're not talking about grooming lady bits.
We're talking about penises.
No, that was like perspective on life and shit, and then we go into penises.
Because I like, as much as one wants to be like, oh, I don't care.
It should be called lady bits ? Perspective.
But you get it. Penises. Like, as much as one doesn't want to be like, oh, I don't care what other people think of me. It doesn't matter who you are. It's
instilled in your brain that you do no matter what.
To some degree, people's, vision of you or whatever, like, does have a weird impact. And so I don't know, like me even preparing for like a lingerie night is like a whole fucking ordeal. Like, is a ritual. I gotta like schedule a whole fucking hour to
Poor
like
Chase.
be in the shower and then but that's
I'm like, I don't think I showered it, and he's like, I don't care. I'm like, I do.
because most of the time, like I let my hair
It
go
hurts.
down there because I've
The
talked about
razor
it many times.
burn
I just
is a bitch.
and ingrown hairs like.
Oh my God.
I
It
finally
hurts.
found something that works a little better, and I'm pretty ecstatic about that. But that was like a big insecurity of mine, is like not being clean shaven or deemed prepared for like when I do want to have sex, because sometimes you just need to be heat of the moment and you don't want to be worrying about, oh, my armpit hair, my fucking pubes are fucking wild right now, or like, oh my God, like how do I look from this position, like I'm roly and poly, and like fuck that. Like I think it's just hard, but I also have been asking myself is like, why do we fucking care so much? And so that's why I like started off with fucking perspective, because ultimately none of this shit matters. Who gives a fuck what Becky at the grocery store thinks of you? It like and today with my work drama and just like being terrified for this ass chewing I'm about to get tomorrow. Not a good one.
It's your fault.
No, it's not my fault, but like I'm still head over this division, so I am responsible. I just kind of weighed it out in my mind. I was like, at the end of the day, bitch, you just sell glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, like, if you're overwhelmed, turn off the fucking phone, get off social media, and go fucking like do the most basic human instinct that you fucking can and breathe. And so, see, I told you it all comes together.
Okay, there we go.
All comes together.
We're here. We made it.
Yeah. So, oh, props to you, gentlemen, for having to deal with your penis egos and what's not. And we're celebrating all the women who don't shave, and to all the women that do, you are amazing. Because I like marvel at the porn stars with the perfectly silky skin, and I'm like, what do you have to rub on that to make it look that good? And how many times have you bleached your lips and your asshole?
They probably are like, bleach them off at this point.
Some people bleach their nipples too. And their armpits, because some people have darker armpits.
I believe that one.
Especially, darker skin, gets dark down there, because it really
have
never
a
sees the
baby,
sun.
your nipples get like really dark, so they can see it.
Do you still have a lot of stretch marks?
I never got stretch marks.
Oh, you're kissed by an angel.
Well, I use a lot of vitamin E oil too.
I'm glad that worked for you. It did not for me. But, at the end of the day, like,
I just have stretchy skin.
especially,
But I get stretch marks like right here.
I have stretch
my
marks
thighs.
everywhere on my whole body.
Mine's just like on my thighs.
My partner, he asked me the other day, he's like, where'd you get your stretch marks from? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like 95 pounds and 17 when I got pregnant for the first time, and I ballooned into a 155-pound beluga whale. So I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, I do weird things. That doesn't.
Sorry, I just created like two fucking humans that walk on this fucked up rock. You're welcome.
Nice.
Yeah.
They put.
So, perspective, I suppose. Don't worry about what the fuck anyone else thinks except yourself, and take it minute by fucking minute, because a lot of the time it's just rough and all consuming. And like, what makes you just feel really fucking good? Like, if you're brink of panic attack, what do you do?
I don't even know.
You like cuddle up to Caroline, or like do you take a moment
She's
to
usually my
yourself?
anxiety burden, so I don't want to cuddle up next to her.
You escape to a bathroom?
I don't know what I do. I'll have to ask Chase.
Yeah. Well, figure out what that is, and to all who can relate, we'd love to hear what helps you in those moments, because we all have them and we're all fucking human, and that's why we should not give a fuck what Becky thinks. So maybe that's what we need to do, because you mentioned that we don't look up at the sky and marvel at things. Mm-hmm. Maybe like take 5 minutes out of your day to try and do that.
To marvel at the sky?
Yeah, or something super simple. Because nothing is super simple. It's like,
well, I guess
fucking awesome.
I guess what can make, I don't know why it makes me happy, but like just My grandma, she likes to feed the animals, and it's just so great when they just come up to you and you're just like, I just fed you.
Yeah, and it probably brings you back to your childhood when you fed our animals then as well.
Yeah.
So, goals, guys. Figure out what that is and do it.
Go look at the gloomy or sunny sky.
Put it on your calendars. Add it to your lunch break. For 5 minutes at this time,
appreciate nature.
I'm going to be staring up at the sky and I'm going to be finding designs in them. I like it.
Or not really have to be the sky. It could just be like nature in general.
It could be anything. Me, rocks. You
love
animals. Trees, the way the wind blows, a plastic bag in the wind.
I love
Beauty
it.
reference.
I love it when the deer run. Like it is the cutest thing ever because they just think they're the fastest animals ever, and they just run, and then they hop, and then they get the zoomies, and then the horses when the horses run.
So I guess that's what I meant
glorious.
at the very end there. When I was like, what do you do when you need to decompress?
I can't do that all the time because they're at my grandma's house. And if I'm at home, I don't know. I think I have like multiple
Create
things.
a safe space for you at home.
I think I do like multiple things because like sometimes I'll take like a snooze cruise with Caroline and just go, and then I'll be okay. Just take a really deep breath and just pretend to
breathing, not snorting cocaine.
Yeah, I was
for all
breathing.
You worried? No, I just had to add that in because that's a good idea.
That's a good thought.
Good integration. High
But
fives.
if you can ever watch a horse run, they fly.
Go buy yourself a hammock.
Just like the
those bring
pounding
me
of their
peace.
feet, like it's just
swaying, rocking motion. And again, it brings you back to your childhood. Oh, being cradled like a baby. I don't know. Figure it out. You got it, guys.
Hide under your blankets. I did that with Caroline. It was so cute. I was like, Dad's coming, Dad's coming. And she heard like lawn darts at me. And I'm like, hide. And we hide under the blanket. And he's like, what are you doing? And she just started laughing. It was so cute.
Or, connect with your kids and like take their sense of wonder, build a fort with them, play hide and seek, actually go find them.
Let them hold your hand and walk around the house.
Play tag around the house since it's winter,
It's cold outside.
Find fun
in the mundane things.
Yes, that keep you present. Like put your phone away. I think that would help me too. It's like after this time, I don't have my phone on.
But what also be fun would be like dinner. Make dinner fun. So like there's this one, I read this one Facebook again, reel or whatever. They do like spaghetti dump night where they just put like a big garbage thing on the table and they just dump spaghetti on it and that's how you eat.
I like that.
I mean, like, why not?
Well, and two is like
they're already making
not just reconnecting with your inner circle or your kids on an like an eye contact level, because I've realized that helps with Elliot so much. But like really connecting with yourself, right? I was talking about the body. Like close your eyes and fucking do some breath work session after maybe journaling or exercising, like working that body, that vessel, and like sit down, close your eyes and be like, this is my face. Like connect with your body, connect with not just your soul, but own this shit. This is the only one we got, and I don't know.
In this lifetime.
Yeah. Inspired.
I was gonna give you a high five. Inspired. They wanted a high five there. Oops.
All the high fives. But yes. So email us at hardtalks with bnh@gmail.com if you'd like to chat. Hey, you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Hard Talks with BNH. We're on Twitter at Hard Talks with B1. And yeah, do us a huge favor. Go talk about penises on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Give us a review. Leave that there. I will absolutely respond. And that just really makes our day and helps us continue to grow and come down here and talk about fucking
perspective, lady bits, and penises.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good one.
I love you, Sarah.
You'll
decompress today after this. Yeah. On one quick side note, sorry. I was really proud of myself because I was like so amped up about everything going on that I was like, I'm going to decompress. And it's usually dancing like an idiot in my kitchen because no one's watching. But today, because I'm trying to reignite like talents that I never use, right? So like I'm in the kitchen and I'm just like full on screaming. I feel like Mariah Carey in my kitchen, just like singing at the top of my lungs. And I was able to hit a note I haven't been able to hit since high school. So small win for me.
It is.
I just had to share that with someone. So.
I like it.
Anyways, much love, you guys. Stay chipper. Until next week, Sarah will be more alive.
Hopefully her teeth break.
Bitches. All right,
Really
guys. Bye.
Bye.